Hello, investors. This is Ted Zhang, Associate Portfolio Manager with Revere Asset Management. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd, 5:08 p.m., coming to you from Fort Lauderdale with tonight's Revere Roundup Daily Market Insight video. The state of the market, we still um, have it as short-term pullback. The GROTECTION gauge, we have market leaders still in the bearish downtrend. We don't have a wide breadth of names in our universe to purchase right now. Hence uh, why we have pretty small exposure to individual names and mostly just in the S&P and other ETFs. Short term, we are above the 21 EMA on the S&P, but we are below the 21 and the 8 for the Qs. Medium term, above the 50 SMA for both, so we have that in a bullish uptrend. And then long term, we're still above the 200-day moving averages for both the Qs and the S&P. What happened today? S&P and the Qs saw weak closes, and the interest rate sensitive names saw RS. 21 over 21 list minus 0.3%. Up 11 names up, one sideways, 9 names down. Big 8 about flat minus 0.02%. RG8, and also show the RG8 composite in TradingView later, up 0.34%. S&P today minus 0.16%, and the equal weighted minus 0.35%. Qs down 0.35%, and equal weighted down 0.83%. The Dow down 0.18%. Mid caps up 0.18%. Russell small caps was the winner today, up 1.03%. And then global 60/40 up 0.48%. And then finally, GROTECTION was down 0.23%. So let's get right into the charts. The first one, the S&P 500. Give me 1 second. This needs a reload. First one up is S&P 500. 2 days ago, we closed right above 5,500, below the 21 EMA, but the next day we gapped up, reclaimed the 21 EMA, and today we tried pushing above the 8 EMA. So we decided to add a bit of S&P exposure to get our beta above 1 per our rules. If you go on a 5-minute chart, he essentially opened flat, went up higher, but we faded mid to late day and into the close. And that was the same theme for the Qs as well. And it's actually a bit weaker. RS line is lagging now, and we are below the 8 and 21 exponential moving averages. The Dow still above this 40,000 level, finding support and holding, so that is healthy action. Mid caps and small caps, we saw relative strength lines, new high before price. So these are subtle things we look for to gauge relative strength to see where the money is flowing. And clearly today, the money is flowing to the mid caps, small caps, and interest rate sensitive names. Just great action here, showing tennis ball action. We want to see this make new highs shortly. And same with the Russell, seeing some tennis ball action off the 8 EMA, push through yesterday's highs, and now we do have a flag for me here. And we'd love to see this make new 52-week highs. The VIX back down to around 14, 15 area. So that's good to see for lower volatility. The dollar back up into the 200-day, but the 200-day is declining. So we expect this to hold here and continue to chop around. And that is good for the markets. Gold failed breakout back into this rectangle base that I've been talking about. This just looks like it needs more time. Gold miners broke out, retesting the top of this base and holding so far. Silver back to the lows ends of the space, but if we look at a weekly chart, we saw big volume on this nice move up, and we're just forming a flat base now on lower than average volume. So still very constructive. Bitcoin, I'll go show you the actual Bitcoin chart. On the daily, we saw an undercut and reclaim of this 56,500 level, and we had a nice move of over 20% back into the 69,000 level, where we've rejected so far, pulled back, and retested the all-time high anchor VWAP, which is holding right now. And what is this level, the 69,000 level? If we go on a weekly chart and scroll back to 2021, that is the previous all-time highs. And that's still seeing some significance today. I would like to see Bitcoin continue to build sideways on lower volume, and then the 69,000 area will be a nice pivot for us to add more Bitcoin exposure. Quickly, since I'm here already in TradingView, the big eight below the 10 and 20 here, relative strength lines below the 21 moving average. But as you can see, the RG8 RS line is above the 21 moving average, and we're seeing it hold and move higher and finding support so far. So definitely very healthy action in these small caps, mid caps, and interest rate sensitive names. The total bond portfolio, the total bond index broke out of this flag here. Now retesting the top of this range. TLT a bit weaker, still above the 50 and rising 200. 30-year rates or yields rallying a bit, but nothing significant there. And same with the 10-year, nothing too significant here as well. Onto the tail of the tape. Today, after hours, we had Tesla, which was down about 4%. They missed on earnings and they beat on revenues, and Google just about flat, up about a percentage, beat top and bottom line. So that is good to see from Google, one of the leaders in AI, but not as good for Tesla. And we'll definitely have to see what Elon Musk says on the conference call. They also saw gross margins down as well. So today, day count, we went from up one yesterday, and I labeled it as consolidation one today. Still 0 days above the 8 EMA, 2 days above the 21 EMA, and our expectations are neutral with this choppy action right now. Sectors. So today we saw bond prices up with bond yields slightly down. The dollar was up a tiny bit as well. Biotech, banks, small caps, mid caps, home builders, all interest rate sensitive names dominated today. And then Bitcoin miners pulled back after seeing strength, and then as well as oils. Beta today, 1.03 added to SSO to get us above that 1.0 mark. Above the 21 EMA, we want to maintain at least a 1 beta to be in line with S&P 500. Our key levels for tomorrow, still S&P against 21 EMA like yesterday, Qs against the 21 EMA like yesterday, and NVIDIA against the 21 EMA. And the bottom line is S&P, Qs, weak close, and interest rate sensitive names showed RS today. So we'll go over those key levels real quick. S&P 21 EMA right now is at 55.38, so definitely watching that. Qs, we are below the 21 EMA, and we were rejected today. So that is a key level to see if we can get back above and wedge pop to start a new uptrend above that. Right now, it seems like we're going to test the 50-day moving average, which is still very healthy in terms of the overall uptrend of this entire bull market so far. And then finally, NVIDIA, the number one leader in the market, everyone's watching, rejected the 8 and 21 EMA today as well. So this 50 days should really hold, and especially this lows of around 115. On to the 21 over 21 list. I'll go over some big winners on the list and then the bigger losers. TMDX up 4% into new all-time highs, extremely strong. We didn't want to chase strength today, and this name trades a bit thin. 8 days, we have earnings there. And after last quarter's great blowout earnings, oftentimes names go at least 2, 3, 4 quarters with beat and raises. IoT software enterprise, climbing this right side of the base and building this cup with handle. Palantir, just after breaking this cup, just drifting higher, earnings in 13 days. Weatherford oil name, broke out of this cup with handle and just slowly drifting higher, earnings tomorrow. And biotech, I talked about it, interest rate sensitive name, acting extremely constructive. Broke out, found support at the 8 and heading higher so far. On the downside, Bitcoin pulled back, but still very constructive action. Watching this area right here. Coin along with Bitcoin rejected the 270 area, now back below this 265 area. I would love to see a handle form here and then us take that level out. Hood, solid filled breakout, but just building this right side This is still very constructive, and I want to monitor this to see if there's a buyer there. LNG, energy name. Tried merging out this cup with handle, but so far rejected. So actually, we tried merging out of this cup, and now we're starting to build a handle, which is constructive because that means weak hands are being shaken out and strong hands are accumulating the stock and eventually, perhaps, pushing the stock out of the base. Tesla now down almost 5% after hours. It's all ants, but doesn't matter when it's going to miss on earnings. And clearly, institutions don't like it if they are selling the stock after hours. But once again, anything can happen. We're just back to this 235-ish level, still above the 21 EMA. So it could just be an earnings shakeout as well. Square payment processor. This one popped out, now retesting all these MAs. All these moving averages are so tight. So we'll see what happens here. The RS is only 41, so definitely weaker on the RS and earnings in 9 days. I think a stronger payment processor would be Toast, 90 RS, earnings in 15 days, and watching this huge bottoming base right here. So overall, I'd say for me, my main focuses for buys or add-ons are IWM, XBI, and KRE. And look how powerful this KRE is, even stronger than IWM and the biotechs. New 52-week highs after today. What else is there? Let's see. 21 over 21. Just a few more names to share. We have RK here. This name is really starting to get in gear, but we really want to get over this bottoming base. It's this name just all rally has been unable to do that, so definitely on the weaker side. Apple out of the big techs is extremely strong. Still holding the 21 EMA. LNTH after that news, just extremely tight flag coming in here. Definitely watching this extremely high RS name, but earnings are in 8 days. And that will wrap it for today. As always, you can reach out to me at ted@revereasset.com. My Twitter is down here, Ted H. Zhang. You can also reach out to Dan and Don at revereasset.com. Our phone is 855 Real Wealth. That is 855-732-5932. We named our flagship portfolio GROTECTION. So our goal is to grow assets while we're in an uptrend when leaders are acting well, and protect assets when leaders start distributing, start deteriorating, start breaking key levels, and the market rolls over. And if you're interested in becoming a client, please reach out. And with that said, I'll wrap up today's video. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd. Now it's 5:21 p.m. This is Ted Zhang with Revere Asset Management, telling it like it is. Thanks for listening and have a great week.